Hello and welcome to Doctor Who Debrief for another week. My name is Rob Wong.
Hello, I'm Chris.
And this is week 5 of Doctor Who, just in general.
What's this?
I don't know. Doctor said don't look at it. Just don't look at it.
Okay, keep back to it.
So this week's episode was called Time Heist. Chris, what did you think?
So it's a really cool concept. Get the Doctor to break into a bank. I've never seen an episode that did that. You've seen him break into stuff before, but the idea of the most secure bank in the universe is a very kind of cool one. It had some really cool. I'll start with the good. The visuals of it, the kind of cosmetics of it, were really cool. I really like the spacey view. It felt really science fiction-y because last week was kind of scary, creepy, very isolated.
Yeah, it was leaning more towards horror than sci-fi.
Yeah, where this was straight sci-fi. You had bloomin' weird things with tentacles taken around. It was like Mass Effect in Doctor Who.
Such a nerd. It
was so cool to look at though. The visuals of it were just incredible. That alien with the head thing.
Sorry, what was that?
That's
yeah.
The letter, the teller. That was really good. What did I think overall? It was kind of rushed at the end, I thought. I don't know, what did you think overall? You do your overview.
Okay, I thought it was amazing. Amazing. Really keen.
Yeah.
Really keen for this episode. So good. Not something we've really talked about in the series so far, but the editing.
Yeah.
It was so on spot. The editing just nailed the style, the heist,
and it felt like a crime case.
Yeah,
didn't it? When they all when the four of them walked into the bank in suits,
slow-mo. Oh my god,
so cool.
It was just so right
on it
for the style.
Yeah, like a sci-fi heist.
And the editing's actually been really good this series. I don't know if they've got a new editor in or they're doing something different.
Yeah.
But I've really started to pick up on it. Where before it was kind of I didn't really notice it so much. But I really like things like the cut where he picks up the phone and then it cuts to him holding the worm and it's essentially the same frame and things like that. And also the washing machine with his face spinning. At the start, the opening
really
shot.
Cool.
The editing is so good this season, really good. And this episode, like I said, so on for the genre.
Yeah, visuals were amazing.
Incredible.
To look at was a spectacle.
And the colour scheme of the bank was amazing as well.
Yeah.
It was just all
so cool.
Metallic and sort of everything was kind of a flat colour scheme, which just I don't know. There's really subtle things that they're doing that are just so good. As well as the storyline being amazing, the twist at the end, the Doctor is the.
It was cool, but
didn't understand it.
A didn't understand it. B we had a time twisty plot last week.
Yeah,
I wish we'd seen this later in the series, maybe.
Perhaps
or just not next to each other because it was this again, and it was really cool. But I kind of wanted just a straight heist rather than this kind of wobbly time.
You're not going to get a straight heist with Doctor Who.
No, I know.
There's never going to be a straight heist. It was very. It kind of reminded me of the Italian Job of back in the day without the Mini Cooper. But yeah, I will be the first to say that I didn't fully understand the storyline.
It was just kind of the idea of a heist film, but it obviously been our heist show. It obviously been tweaked to fit Doctor Who, but some of those tweaks just didn't make a whole lot of it just didn't fit in terms of the heist genre, did it? And I mean, I don't know. For a bank, there were a lot of big tunnels and air vents, weren't there? It's not that secure.
My favourite, right? The most secure bank in the world. So they have DNA testing. They have this creature that can read your thoughts. But simple things like opening an event doesn't set an alarm off.
And all there was writing above it please don't come in here.
And under any circumstances, don't enter. But we're not going to stop you in anyway.
Can we talk about the two villains? Obviously, you had the kind of the head of the bank, who was played by Keeley Hawes. That's her name.
Keeley Hawes.
And you also had the kind of the monster who, spoilers for the episode, you find out at the end isn't maybe as much of a monster as you think. Again, the design on that creature was incredible.
Yeah.
And what a cool concept! It can feel guilt. We've never had anything like that. Nothing at
Incredible.
all. And it just to walk around the corridors feeling guilt was just I loved that. I thought that was a really cool thing to put in like a bank scenario.
And I like that in contrast, it was a physical, scary creature.
Yeah.
And things like the shots of the footsteps and the sound of it thudding, echoing through the... It was all very traditional compared to last week's where it was all a concept, essentially.
Yeah,
It wasn't really a...
It felt like Alien or Pan's Labyrinth or something like that, where you're genuinely being followed by this thing that can like turn your head to soup. What did you think of the manager / clone / over manager?
Firstly, can I just say, Keeley Hawes, weird thing for her.
Okay.
Think she's old enough to be my mum. But I'm putting that out there.
How about as a character? That's
Oh right, that okay, yeah.
Let's stay on track.
Yeah, no, really good.
Yeah,
really keen, really Keeley Hawes. Is that a thing?
Probably.
Well, let's make that a thing.
Keeley Hawes.
No, yeah, I thought she was really good. Obviously, from Ashes to Ashes, which I absolutely adored. And she didn't let me down, personally. Didn't let me down. Good job. But no, I quite like the idea that she was kind of this ruthless and cold person. And then we found out there's another person above her, which is her.
Yeah, that was really...
And it's like a whole new level. Like, oh, I'll just burn her and clone another one.
Yeah.
It's like really... I think that ties in with the image of Banks as well. Because obviously, Banks haven't got the best name in society in
that
general.
kind of like faceless manager type
and it's
thing.
sort of like cold and ruthless and doesn't really care about feelings.
I thought she was really good. I actually thought she was kind of wasted. Like, I thought there'd be more of her.
Yeah.
'Cause for a lot of it, until that twist happened, for like 85%, she was just sat behind a desk, like...
Anyone could have done that. I could have done it.
Yeah, exactly.
Couldn't have.
You know, but like obviously it was really good, and it was cool, and a nice idea for this kind of this cloning thing. It reminded, like, obviously, you know, films and TV and books have covered that loads. This kind of like who is the person at the core if you keep cloning yourself, and actually in this case, it was the person sat in that room and kind of spanning outwards.
So,
but
was there actually a bad person, a bad party? Because she turned out to be good when she's old, and she's like, my only regret is trapping this creature, and the creature wasn't bad.
She wasn't a good person at the end. She was a bad person who regretted what she did. But that doesn't make her like a goodie.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Yeah, you're right that there wasn't like a clear. She wasn't malicious, was she? She was just trying to protect the bank, and the monster wasn't malicious. It was just trying to protect, you know, trying to do what it did for the sake of the loved one.
Can I just say, going back to the creature?
Yeah.
So the Doctor releases these two creatures back into a place free of thought, and they're going to repopulate. Right. Don't know, like, I know
how far they'll get.
I know some basic conservation. I'm not a scientist, but if you try and repopulate an entire species from two people, you are going to suffer some horrible inbreeding issues. So what's going to happen? They're just going to look like pugs.
Maybe. I don't know. I thought
any conservationists out there?
Maybe they will regrow back to being normal. Maybe this is like... I don't know where I'm going with this.
Okay, good. And that was Chris Pearson with the science section.
And didn't that bit look beautiful as well when they dropped them off and they're running down the thing?
Yeah.
It was like, where's the sad piano? And they're all eating Chinese, and it's like, oh, what japes we all had. Call me if you ever rob another bank, Doc. And it's just like, okay.
We're such good friends!
Yeah. Such good friends after you left me to die.
So, how do we think Clara sits in? Because Clara's taken a bit of a slam in this series, from me especially.
Yeah.
By saying she's basically not an important character anymore and spends most of her scenes doing nothing. This episode, I felt, again, she stood aside and didn't really do a lot.
I think you're wrong. I think that she didn't do a lot in this episode, but this has been her, as a character, the weakest episode. She's had the least to do. In the other ones, I think she's been much more important.
Okay, let's talk about this. We need to get this out of the way.
Right.
First episode, stood aside while Madame Vastra, Jenny and Strax all just killed robots. She stood there going, oh gosh, where's the Doctor? Second episode, stood aside while getting kidnapped by the sheriff. Oh gosh, where's Robin?
You skipped the Dalek episode.
Dalek episode. Climbed into a Dalek, touched some light. Yeah, well done, love. No one else could have done that, could they? Last episode,
keep shouting.
Granted, Granted, last episode she actually did something, went under a bed, right? But like it was the doctor's bed, so it was important. This episode again ran away, not doing anything. Just hurry up, Christmas, so we can get rid of Clara.
This was her weakest one. And I think this is the one where she was the least contrasting to the Doctor. Because in the others, the Doctor's been like ruthless logic and she's been like caring. And between them, they produced incredible results. Friendly Dalek, Robin Hood. I think we should move away from that because let's just talk about the episode. There was no reference again to the Promised Land. Did you? I find that really. That's 3 in a row now. We've not had any Promised Land.
I think it's good.
On. Yeah. Oh no, I think it's good, but I think it's interesting because people who don't do a weekly video/audio review of this are going to start to forget about it after a while. I think
maybe that's what they want.
Yeah, spooky.
I'm going to steer it back to Clara.
Of course.
The whole thing with Danny Pink and the date.
Yeah.
Juggling.
Yeah.
Good device.
Interesting device. I wish we saw them get together on screen.
It's not that kind of show, Chris.
No, I wish you saw their relationships develop more on screen.
So that's what Doctor Who Extra is.
But at the same time, if you turned on to watch like a full episode of Doctor Who and you just got them going out for dates and like, so where'd you go to school? Be a bit bored, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Like, we're getting that. It looks like we're going to get a lot between those two next week.
I think it's just setting up. Yeah. I reckon he's the new Rory.
Yeah.
I reckon he's going to be on Time Machine style. I don't know what that sentence meant.
No, beyond Time Machine style.
That's not a thing, is it?
What was your high and your low moments of this
highlights?
Episode
Style.
Right, that's not really a moment, but okay.
Yeah, but just general, incredibly shot.
Yeah.
I mean, I just want to meet the production team and touch their face. Really admire it. Low lights, Clara, do something useful. How about you? Wrap it up.
Highlight, note how I'm going to pick a moment here. When they all walked in the bank and it was slow-mo and then the creature came out and that was slow-mo. So bank entrance was my highlight. That was incredible and that summed up the cool sci-fi feel. Low light, kind of hard to pick. I do think the ending sort of, once the woman had left and they were like, oh, don't you see, I hate myself, I'm the architect, here's a montage to explain it. Could have done with a minute more there. Like
brief.
Yeah.
Brief at best.
Yeah, it was just like, I mean, I get why they did it to cram it into an episode, but makes you wish they'd had 5 minutes more to play with.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe they should have knocked 5 minutes off Pointless and actually got Doctor Who on air on time.
Do you reckon that's how it works? I think they're doing it in real time.
Pointless is live! And Doctor Who is!
Who's your eulogy this week?
My eulogy this week is Keeley Hawes over and over and over again because she just kept killing loads of Keeley Hawes. What a waste! What I do with a room of Keeley Hawes.
Make it look weird.
Make an incredible drama is what I was going to say.
Okay.
Because she's such a talented actress. Who was your eulogy?
I don't know if I had... Did anyone else die? How about the guards that died off screen so that the other people could pretend to be them? Because actually, I think they could have done with a bit more, more development.
The people that definitely weren't stormtroopers. That was so stolen.
Yeah, but they looked so
I'm going to put
cool.
the suit on and break in.
I mean, the eulogy almost went to the guy whose head got turned to soup, because that was pretty... when his hand moved away.
Don't think he died, strictly speaking.
No, exactly.
He was
that's
alive
why.
in the cell.
Yeah, that's why he didn't get eulogy. The eulogy goes to the 2 guards who died off screen so that their plan could somehow continue.
Come together.
Yeah.
So overall, amazing style. Didn't get the episode. Thank you very much for watching.
We're going to do what the Doctor never did. Do you want
Okay, let's see what is underneath.
Okay. Ready?
Go for it. Chris? There's a lamp!
Why didn't they just look? They could have had a lamp in the little kid's room.
BBC cuts in the props department.
Well,
God.
now we know.